Hi everyone, Mike Keenan, KM Fitness. I just wanted to take some time to do a video, and the target is for the guys my age, somewhere between the age of 50 and above. About 6 months ago, I just started to notice some changes in myself, and had to do with energy, mental clarity, endurance during the day, just getting tired, more tired than normal. So anyone who follows me knows that, obviously I follow a good diet, I exercise, I, try to get my sleep and stay hydrated, all the important things that we teach our clients here. But as we start to age, we start to feel a little bit of that aging process kind of setting in. So the first thing I did was I sought out a physician who I thought would be able to help me. And at that time, he ordered some blood work to be done. He said, well, let's see what the blood work tells us, and we'll kind of go from there. Now, a very common thing that I get from people is that their cholesterol is going up, their blood sugar is changing, their blood pressure is changing. There's a lot of things that start to change as they get older. So I had some blood drawn, and even though I was considered to be in the high normal range on certain things and low in others, I wasn't in any danger, wasn't in any need to go on any kind of medication. And a lot of my clients have gone on medication, for different things, for whether it be high cholesterol, type 2 diabetes, hypertension, and so on. So my initial blood work came back, and I'm just going to be very transparent with you of what I did and the changes that I've been able to make. My total cholesterol was at 228. Which is a little high. Anything over 200, they kind of start to look at a little more seriously. My triglycerides were at 100, which is considered to be normal. My LDL, which is the bad cholesterol people talk about, was at 169, which is a little higher than they would like it to be. My A1C, which is a test for glucose, was at 5.4, and that's considered to be normal, because anything under 6 is considered to be normal. But like a lot of guys, my testosterone levels were a little low. They were at about 250. And anything under 260 is considered to be low testosterone for a man. So we decided that we were going to start a different course of action. So the first thing I did was I went to another doctor, Dr. Lisa Salcenti, and part of my issue that I've had is I exercise aggressively, but I've had some chronic inflammation in my knees and in my shoulders and elbows and so forth. So we decided that we were going to do some blood work to determine, not that I have any food allergies that we didn't know about, but perhaps maybe we had some food sensitivities that we weren't aware of. So again, more blood work, but more specific blood work. And what came back with that was that I have a high sensitivity to wheat and gluten, which a lot of people do. Not so much that I have celiac or any type of autoimmune disease with my digestive system. It's just that, we know that a lot of these different foods cause inflammation in the body. Just like alcohol is a high pro-inflammatory compound. I really don't drink. Tobacco is also a thing that causes inflammation in the body, but I don't smoke. Sugar is also extremely high pro-inflammatory compound, but I don't use any added sugar. So we were kind of looking for other things that might be considered to be safe and healthy, but weren't good for me. So obviously wheat and gluten came back. Some of the surprising things that came back was almonds, cashews, and peanuts. Now I kind of suspected peanuts, but I didn't realize how bad it was. The other thing that came back was dairy. Now, I don't do a lot of dairy, but I was putting milk in coffee or was having cheese in certain foods. So these are all foods that we've identified that were causing low levels of inflammation in my body. So I've eliminated those. So we did that. The other thing that all men have to be mindful of is their prostate health. So again, before we did any type of a hormone replacement therapy, I had to go make an appointment with the urologist, and I had my prostate checked, and I'm fine. So now that we got all the pre-testing done, we had to start making some changes. So the first thing I did was I have an assessment that I use for what vitamins, minerals, and supplements I should be taking, and I'll share those in a comment section or in an email if we decide to do that. And I put in that I had high cholesterol. So there was some very minor changes to my formulation. And then I also put in that I had low T, and there might have been a couple other changes with that. So I changed my formulation. I started to change my diet, and I went on a very low dose of testosterone replacement therapy. Now, women have been doing hormone replacement therapy for a long time. And, I was kind of skeptical, maybe very hesitant to go ahead and start that. But after speaking to a lot of guys about it, you'd be surprised how many guys confided in me that, yes, they were also doing a low dose of testosterone therapy and how well it made them feel. What kind of reaction they were getting to it with the increased energy, increased lean mass, decrease in body fat. And let's get down to the brass tacks. I mean, there were some levels of sexual dysfunction, erectile dysfunction in people, and the testosterone helped them. Now, one of the things, and again, I'm talking specifically to the guys here, one of the other signs that men have when they start to have low testosterone is they start to lose their morning erection. Now, that's something that's very common in young men. They wake up in the morning and they have an erection. But as we get older, that starts to diminish or completely go away. So that's one of the other signs, obviously, that men experience. So I started on the testosterone therapy. I made changes in my diet. I made changes in my vitamin mineral formulation. And then I started a new product, which basically is a nitric oxide formulation with some other things that also help to increase free testosterone. So 3 months goes by, and I had my second round of blood work done. So the first set of blood work was done on the 6th of November, and the blood work I'm looking at now was done on the 11th of March. Okay, my total cholesterol went from 228 to 206. My triglycerides dropped from 100 to 74. My LDL went from 169 to 159. My A1C went from 5.4 to 5.2. So all the higher markers dropped, and total cholesterol dropped pretty significantly, dropped 22 points. My testosterone levels went from 250 to over 1,300. Now, that's not normal for a guy. Normal for a guy is somewhere between, say, 300 and 900. So the doctor said to me, well, are you taking more testosterone than I told you to take? And I'm on half a cc, half a milliliter. And I said, no, I'm taking the dose that you gave me. And he said, well, I haven't seen numbers go up this quick. And I said, well, I'm also taking this Vitality by ID Life. And I showed him the formulation. And he said, well, that certainly would increase testosterone as well. He said, well, here's what we're going to do. Keep taking the Vitality. Stay on the normal hormone replacement therapy that I put you on. And let's see where we are 3 months from now. So 3 months from now, I'm going to have another blood test. The other thing that I did was I went out and got a book that talked about by Dr. Gundry, Stephen Gundry, and it talked about healthy foods that people eat that may cause health issues or weight gain. And one of the things he talked about was lectins. Lectins are things in things like beans and legumes, and even it's seen in protein because animals eat a lot of lectin-rich foods like beef and chicken and so forth. So it's a low lectin diet I started following as well because, again, lectins block the absorption of certain key nutrients. So I just started with that. So that really isn't kind of included in the blood work, so to say. So it'll be very interesting to see what happens 3 months from now. But the bottom line to all this is that I'm trying to get to the men to tell them that it's not just you. A lot of us are experiencing it. A lot of us who get plenty of sleep, hydrated, good nutrition, exercise regularly, manage our stress, okay, it still can affect us through the aging process. And I don't want you to feel like you're out there alone, okay? I'm going to put up some links for some of the things that I used to help me. Women, if you're seeing this, share it with your husband. And if you have any questions or concerns, you certainly can come and speak to me at any time. But I thought it was important that we start opening the conversation and letting people know that there is help available. It's not some radical, crazy ideas of taking a whole bunch of unnecessary medications. All we're trying to do is just balance out our blood sugar levels, our hormone levels, try to increase our mental clarity, our endurance, our strength, and yes, start to help with improving your love life, if you want to use those type of terms, okay? So again, you can call me or contact me if you have any questions. And like I said, I don't claim to cure, treat, or prevent anything, but I will say this. When the body starts to be in a homeostasis, in balance, things just start to work better and you start to feel a whole lot better. And there's no reason in 2019 why we can't just feel and perform our best. All right, take care, have a great night, and hope someday I get a chance to talk to you about it. Bye-bye.